Welcome back to the YouTube channel, guys. I hope everyone is well. It is the 4th of February. It is a Tuesday. The markets are being the market. So let's take a look at the daily market outlook for today and what I've basically, seen and what I think is coming up for the rest of the week. Obviously, as you guys know, since plugging in yesterday, a lot of stuff going on with the dollar in regards to Trump obviously putting tariffs on the Canadian dollar and obviously implementing a lot of tariffs and other implementations as well into other countries. So it is going to be interesting the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. But as we know, this is what happens when there's an election year, and basically whenever Trump is involved, he's obviously got the dollar as his best interest, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So as you guys can see, if we're looking at the dollar right now, you'll be able to see that we was creating higher highs and higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we had this big movement down, which created a new daily lower low. So my range is from this daily higher high to this daily lower low. Now, as you guys can see, we had a big candle yesterday that come into this daily supply and filled in this imbalance, which is this gray box as well, and also taken out this low, this high, which is liquidity. So yesterday we had this horrible candle, should we say? But again, it told us quite a lot. So first thoughts is, of course, the daily looks more so in a downwards trend. Now, I think I mentioned yesterday that, of course, on the dollar index basket on here, we didn't reach this daily demand level. But on some of the other brokers, we did tap into this level. But I, trade the US dollar index, basket. So for me, this is the one that I always go off. So as you can see, we've still got imbalance to fill and we've still got this demand area to fill as well. So obviously first thoughts is that's reacted just out of this imbalance. Now, of course, if we go down to the 4 hour time frame, you'll be able to notice that the dollar is of course in an uptrend. So if you look at the leg of this downwards trend on the 4 hour inside that daily range, you'll be able to see that we was creating clear high, lower lows and lower highs. We was having clear lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We was having this 4 hour structure, which you guys can see was very, 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 very clear. Now, of course, we come to this point where we had that change of trend and we created a new higher high. Then we created a higher low, and we've been in this bullish range ever since. So we've got our 4 hour higher low and this 4 hour higher high. Now, of course, this is a very important thing to understand because we're playing out of this daily supply and this 4 hour, this imbalance as well on the daily. But again, the 4 hour has changed bullish. Now, in order for us to be in alignment with the daily time frame, we need to see this 4 hour higher low broke, and then that's where we could see this happen. But right now, that is not what's going on. So we've got to play what we see. Now, first what we can see is this is our 4 hour higher low and our 4 hour higher high. So for me, predominant thoughts is I'm still bullish until the 4 hour changes in the same alignment as the daily time frame. So if you look at the 4 hour structure, if we look higher high, higher low, higher high, and we've got this 4 hour demand level here, which is this candle. 1 second. This 4 hour demand candle here, and then we've tapped into the 1 hour demand. So if we just get rid of this 4 hour demand, you'll be able to see that on the 1 hour, we've tapped into this 1 hour demand area and filled in this imbalance that we had. In fact, let me mark this imbalance out that we had on here so you guys can see that as well. So we had this gray box, which is our imbalance on the 1 hour. So you can see that we've had the reaction from this demand area. Now, first thing I want you to understand is if the 1 hour, if we're reacting from this 4 hour and 1 hour demand area from the 4 hour range, understand that on that 4 hour range, the 1 hour is going to be bullish. The 1 hour, 15 minutes is going to be bullish. You can see creating lower lows and lower highs, lower high, lower low. So right now we've had this reaction, but we're playing out of this, this level of supply. So what I want to wait for is right now we've pulled back up, reacted good, and then now we're having a little pullback. So we've got this imbalance that we've mitigated. So I now expect the market to, if we get this and we break this high, I will then be looking for the dollar to carry on upwards because the 4 hour and 1 hour are in alignment, which means I can look at the correlated pairs as well. So that is my first thought is can we get, if and when we get the break of this high, then that will give me confidence then that the dollar's broke, and we will look for a a demand area, to play this off. So that'll be, let's say we put a 1 hour demand area there, for instance, or 4 hour demand area, and then we will look to play the dollar going upwards. So that is very important to understand right now. So we just got to be patient and wait for this break, because if you look at where we're currently at right now, all we're doing is playing out of this supply area, this imbalance in the supply area here. So if you look at this, and we've got a little bit of imbalance above, we're reacting from this 1 hour supply. So 1 hour supply is in control, and we're reacting from this. So we will need to see a break of this whole level. So we need to see a full break of this, which we haven't got. We got a liquidity sweep out of this supply, and then we will need to see, like I said, a full-on break. Once we get a break above this, it is 1 hour is bullish and also 4 hour is bullish. So that is my main priority right now. So make sure that you guys are also keeping an eye out for that on the dollar. Be patient, of course, which leads me obviously on to the other pairs. So if I just quickly go to the 4 hour time frame, you'll be able to notice that we've got our daily range. We've got our daily lower high and daily lower low. Now, of course, we had this downwards trend, and then we've had this moving up from here. Now, you guys will probably already notice that we had this reaction from this 4 hour supply area. And as you guys can see, this 4 hour trend that was happening, which was creating higher lows and higher highs, higher low, higher high, we had that change of trend. We've broken this trend, and we basically then started to play this downwards. So right now, as you can see from this change of trend, we tapped into this 4 hour supply. Let me just get rid of this. We come up, tapped into this 4 hour supply where this imbalance was below, took out these highs, and then we had this movement down. We come back into this 1 hour supply, and then we had this big movement down. Now, right now, we're in this 1 hour supply. Let me just drop down. We're in this 1 hour supply in our 4 hour range. So our 4 hour lower high to our 4 hour lower low. So right now, as you guys can see, we're playing from this 1 hour supply candle here, this last buy up before this movement down. Now, as you can already notice, what I'm waiting for is a change of trend. So let's just follow up from here. Let's say we've got a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Right now, we're playing out of this demand area. So we could just carry on upwards. But what we're waiting for is we've had a pullback into this supply, which is this 1 hour candle here. We had this 1 hour candle. I want to see a break. Once we see a break of this low, we've actually then had that change of trend. So once we get that change of trend, we can then be confident enough in selling this, position ourselves here and selling this downwards. So for me, as I just obviously explaining, once we can get a break of this low, we will look to sell this market down. We will look for this, and then we will look to sell from here. Because as of right now, this is in control. This whole level is in control right now. This 1 hour demand area. So this 1 hour demand area is in control. So again, it wouldn't make sense for me or you to basically look to sell right now until we get that break, until we get that change of trend, so that the 4 hours bearish and then the 1 hour is bearish. So make sure that you guys are keeping an eye out on that for GBP USD. Pretty clear, pretty nice and clear. And Euro USD is a little bit different. Now, Euro USD, you'll be able to notice that if I change this, it's a little bit not as clean, but it is still, pretty much the same. So look from a daily standpoint. Let me just get the daily time frame up. You'll look from a daily standpoint, you'll be able to notice that, of course, right now, we're in this weekly leg. This whole leg is the weekly, and we're in this daily supply. So I've been talking about this daily supply for quite some time. We had imbalance above, we created all this liquidity here. We've come up now, and we've had this movement away from this daily supply. We also had imbalance above this as well. Now, if I just go to the 4 hour, you'll be able to notice that the 4 hour trend right now went from bullish to obviously bearish. So if we look at the 4 hour, and let's just play from here, we got higher low, then we had a higher high, higher low, higher high, change of trend. By this change of trend, we come back up, filled in the imbalance, then we came back down and created a new lower low. they had a 4 hour lower high, which mitigated this 4 hour candle, and then we had this big movement up. So right now, the 4 hour structure that we're in is from this 4 hour lower high to this 4 hour lower low. Let me just get rid of this a sec. From this 4 hour lower high to this 4 hour lower low. So 4 hour lower low. Okay. So right now, we're in this 4 hour supply area. Now, if we refine down to the 1 hour, it is reacting from this 1 hour area, this 1 hour supply area right now. And this is where we're getting our reaction from. Now, if we look at the trend on the 1 hour, so keep in mind, 4 hour is bearish. We've got a 4 hour lower high here and our 4 hour lower low. But you understand, and I always say to you guys, understand that if, let's say this is the 4 hour, in order for us to carry this 4 hour trend on, we need to see a 1 hour and 15 minute bullish range and then a bearish change of trend so that we can then sell this downwards to create that new lower low on the 4. So if you look at where we're currently at, Euro USD, we've got, let me start. So let me just get rid of this. You can see we've got a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Come down here, we're reacting from this level of demand, and then we've reacted up, but we've failed right now to create a new higher high. So what I want to see is, can we get this break? If we can get the break of this low, then of course what will I be looking for is to sell this downwards. Because right now, as I've just said, this level of demand, 1 hour demand, is in control. So if this level of demand is in control, we shouldn't be looking for sells on here until we get the change of trend and we get that confirmation. So that is very important for you to understand. Once we get that, once you guys get that 1 hour change of trend, so once you get, let's say you get a pullback, we break this low, I will look to sell this downwards. I will look to then participate in this from a supply area or an imbalance, from a supply area and an imbalance. Let's say it's like this. But again, we've got to wait for this break. Otherwise, buying is your priority until that happens. And what we could see is we could see the market now pull back into this level of demand and then carry on upwards. So again, we have to wait for the right confirmations before anything. AUD USD, let's see what she's got. Okay, so pretty much the same. I'm not going to keep going to the daily and downwards. I think you guys can pretty much see the same thing that I can see. Let's focus on the 4 hour right now. So this is our 4 hour lower high, and this is our 4 hour lower low. So we look at this. What can we notice? Well, what we can notice is this big 4 hour candle, which we can get rid of. It's this one here that I've just got rid of. This 4 hour candle, this big buy up before this huge movement down, this was a manipulation candle. This bought above, took out all of this liquidity. And I mentioned last week to people about this is too clean. There's too much of a trend line going on. I just didn't trust AUD USD to basically sell. Now, as you guys can see, we manipulated this and then we had this movement down. So we took liquidity and we had that 4 hour break of structure. Now, let me get rid of this 4 hour because we're currently right now in this 1 hour supply area. Now, one thing I want you guys to understand, it's the same thing for GBP USD and Euro USD. If you follow the trend, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Right now, we're pulled back into this level of demand. So naturally, we expect this just to carry on upwards until we get the change of trend. So in order for the 4 hour to be still in that downwards trend, we need to see the 1 hour change of trend. So right now, this is your priority. This 1 hour demand to carry on upwards until we get a change of trend. Now, what I would like to see is, of course, this level broke. If we can get this level broke and we can see this, and the dollar's, because the dollar's doing exactly what we want it to do, we will then look to sell this downwards. We will then look to sell this downwards. So let's say we get this break or change of trend, 1 hour, 4 hour is now both selling. We will look to sell this downwards. And of course, get a nice, juicy risk to reward trade to aim for this 4 hour lower low. So that is my priority right now. Well, that's my, sorry, not priority. Priority right now is this is bullish until we get that change of trend. But my priority would be waiting for the right confirmations. And as you guys can guess, NZUSD will be the exact same pretty much. So we're looking at this right now. We had from the 4 hour standpoint. From a 4 hour standpoint, you'll be able to see that 4 hour lower high is here. And this is my daily and 4 hour lower low. And this will be my daily as well. This would have been a daily higher high. So, okay. So we obviously had this 4 hour bullish movement, and then we didn't come into the daily supply that we wanted, but we tapped into this 4 hour supply here, which you guys will probably be able to see this 4 hour area. This is where we actually got the reaction from with NZUSD. I would have rather seen the daily supply met, but this is clean. You have a 4 hour trap candle, 4 hour supply candle imbalance as well through this institutional candle. So it is a valid area. And then we had the change of trend. So right now you can see that when we started to change this trend, we created liquidity, left imbalance, left this unmitigated 4 hour supply. We come back up into this 4 hour supply, and then we had this big movement away. So right now we had this 1 hour is trending bullish in this 4 hour range. So again, 4 hour is bearish, whilst the 1 hour is bullish. We need the 1 hour to change a trend so that we can participate in selling this downwards. So hopefully that makes clear sense to you guys. So if we go to the 1 hour, what can you see? Well, as I've just mentioned, you can see that trend that's happened. You can see that we've got them clear higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high. So right now, this level of demand is in control. This level of 1 hour demand is in control. So again, until we get a change of trend, this is bullish. Until we get a change of trend, even if we're reacting out of 4 hour area. So right now, what I want to see is, can we get that change of trend on the 1 hour? So can we get, let's say we carry on upwards, and then let's say we get this change of trend and we break this low. If we break this low, I'll be happy to sell this downwards, as long as, of course, the dollar is doing what we want the dollar to do. So make sure that you guys understand that. We've still got some imbalance above here, and this is obviously a high that still could be taken. But again, everything revolves around the dollar. Everything we want to see, we need to see the dollar change in order to play these out. But right now, this is in control. And again, unless we change a trend, and then the 4 hour would be bearish, and then the 1 hour would be bearish. So keep that in mind. Now, USD CAD had some movement, thank God. So that means that we can finally look for some trades, because as you guys know, I've been avoiding USD CAD just because of this whole area. If you look at this, it's been absolutely disgusting. That is what we call a consolidation zone. It's not worth trading at all. It's where you'll make a hell of a lot of mistakes. So I've been telling you guys, I'm going to wait for either a break above or a break below. Now, of course, we got this break above, and we created this daily higher low and this daily higher high. Now, of course, we've had this big pullback. So we look at the 4 hour right now. The 4 hour higher low is this, and the 4 hour and daily higher high is here. Now, of course, I'm not just going to get in from this right now, because I want to see that change of trend. So as you guys can see, even if the daily and the 4 hour is bullish, the actual 1 hour and 15-minute and lower time frames have been bearish here. We've had a pullback. So what I would like to see is the market come where it is, react out of this demand, and then break above this. Now, if we can get a break above this high, which would be this high here, because we are in this level of demand. If we can get this 1 hour demand candle to stick, and we can get a break above this high, I will then look to buy USD CAD up. But I need to see this high broken, because then that means that the 4 hour daily and 1 hour are all aligned in an uptrend. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. The 15-minute demand candle that we're reacting out of is this 15-minute area right now, where the imbalance is above, and we've got this little consolidation zone where this 15-minute demand area is, as you can see. And if you look at the 15-minute, we've broken this 1 hour at 1 15-minute higher lower high, and we've come up. So again, let's see if we can get this other change on the 1 hour, which will give us even more confidence to basically buy this up. So yeah, be patient with USD CAD, but it looks clean if we can get that. And then pretty much the same as well for USD Swiss franc. So let's just drop to the 4. As you guys can see, if we go to the daily, sorry, you can see that, of course, we've had that daily change of trend for me. And if you look at where we're at, let's class this as our daily lower low. USD CHF hasn't really been moving as clean as we would like as well. It's not been as clean as we would like, but if you look at this, we've had the daily was a change of trend here, and then we had it come back up and change this from this daily lower high. So right now, this is my range. It's a big range, and yes, we've got areas that we can come down and mitigate, but understand that this is our last 4 hour higher low. So my priority right now is if we follow the 4 hour, if you look higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Can we get a higher low and then create a new higher high? That is my priority to look for with USD CHF. Now, of course, we are in the 1 hour demand area. So the 1 hour is bearish. So we look at this right now. Understand that, yes, we're in this 1 hour demand area. But even though the 4 hour is bullish, the 1 hour is, still bearish. We've got, let me get rid of this magnet. The 1 hour is still bearish. So look, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So what I would need to see is a change of trend. A change of trend on the 1 hour will give you more confirmation than you need. So if we can break above this, then that would be amazing. We would have tapped into demand. We would have had the 1 hour is now bullish as well as the 4 hour and the daily, which means that we can then look to participate in buying this upwards. So yeah, that is my priority for USD CHF. Of course, yes, if you are more risky, you can wait for a 15-minute change of trend. If you feel like doing that, you'll get more confirmation from this 1 hour change of trend. But if you want to wait for the 15 minutes to have that change of trend, so let's say if we look at this, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. If we get a break above, so let's say you break above this 15-minute high, then again, it's risky, but you can look to buy this upwards. If you get a double break, so let's say you get another break from here. So you've had this 15-minute change of trend and then a 15-minute break of structure. You can then look to basically, that'll give you double confirmation to buy this upwards. So of course, again, you can look for it in that sake if the 1 hour is basically not as clean as you'd like. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Wait for a double break this last lower high and then the break of the new higher high, and then you can look to obviously buy that upwards. So that's what I'd keep an eye on for USD CHF. Okay, so let's go to, that is pretty much it. USD Japanese yen I don't like the look of. But yeah, let's see obviously what the dollar is going to do in regards to, what we want to see. It's got a nice reaction so far, of course, as you can see. I would like to see this 15-minute area broke, which would give us even more confidence to then, sell the other pairs that correlate with, of course, with the dollar. So yeah, that is pretty much what I'm looking for today, guys. I hope that you're understanding what the market's doing currently. I hope that you've got a lot of knowledge from this video as well. If you have, let me know in the comment section below. If you've got any questions, let me know as well. I'm super busy behind the scenes, as I said right now, so I'm a bit more slower on replies in the comment section. I do apologize. I will get back to every single person. If you've messaged me privately on social media, I have seen it. I've just not managed to reply. Like I said, I'm working on something for you guys. So yeah, just keep an eye out for announcements, keep plugging into these daily market outlooks, and also make sure that you're sharing this daily market outlook. If it's via your social media, that would be massively appreciated. Let other people know that there's, these calls going on. And then also make sure that you've got your notifications turned on, make sure that you're subscribed, and make sure that you're just showing love on these videos and this channel. Of course, I don't get paid to do these videos or this YouTube, but it would just go a long way if you guys can basically show that level of support on this YouTube. It would be massively appreciated. But other than that, guys, have an amazing rest of your Tuesday, and we will catch up tomorrow. God bless.